Gordon, if you take the roll call, please.
Russell Montgomery.
Here.
C. Berger.
Here.
Sonny Ross.
Here.
Bob Cox.
Here.
Joe Combs.
Here.
Ask everyone to stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Has everyone had a chance to read the minutes from the April 22nd meeting? If so, are there any objections, corrections, or motions?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve by Mr. Cox, seconded by Mr. Ross.
Russell Montgomery.
Yay.
C. Berger.
Yay.
Sonny Ross.
Yay.
Bob Cox.
Yay.
Joe Combs.
Yay.
All right, old business is a tabled case number 015, zoning appeals request concerning the interpretation of administration of this ordinance by the official of the legislative authority of city per 1179.01. We will need a motion to remove that from table.
I'll make a motion to remove it. I'll second it.
Motion by Mr. Ross, seconded by Mr. Berger.
Russell Montgomery.
Yay.
C. Berger.
Yay.
Sonny Ross.
Yay.
Bob Cox.
Yay.
Joe Combs.
Yay.
So technically, we closed the public hearing at the last meeting that this was addressed. We will allow any new or relevant discussion. We're not going to go back down the road of rehashing things we don't need to rehash. So, if anyone has any new or relevant information, we'd be happy to swear you in and hear what you have to say. Mr. O'Connell? Yes. Okay. It is Brian O'Connell, correct?
It is.
Okay.
Good evening.
Of the law firm Strauss-Troy, here representing Hilltop Performance
Mr.
Accessories.
O'Connell, if you could, I hate to interrupt you, if you could just sign in up there and I'll swear.
Do you have a pen?
I do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Did you bring one that works this time?
Yeah.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Yes. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so thank you again for entertaining me here tonight. Just wanted to give you a quick update on what Hilltop Performance has been doing. I'm pleased to report that construction of their new location at 1055 Harrison Avenue is completed. This is the rendering of it. I didn't have quite enough time to go by and see whether it really looks like the rendering. Sometimes they don't. But I'm pleased to report it's completed. They've begun transitioning their business there. They've moved a large amount of their inventory and equipment to the new facility. They've also reduced the number of cars in their parking lot. They're expected to be fully moved into and working out of the new building entirely as of Monday, July 7th. And you expect as to that point in time for the operation to be fully moved there. Also, they are continuing to list their prior location for sale. They've not gotten many offers yet. I don't think they've gotten any offers yet. And they're in a process now of deciding whether or not they're going to continue to try to sell it or maybe look at renting it. Apparently, they have gotten some interest from people who are interested in renting the location.
Any idea what the nature of the business of the rental would be?
No. Like I said, they haven't gotten any offers yet. They have had some people interested in renting it, but I don't know what their line of business would be.
Understood.
So at your request, I won't rehash the legal points that I raised last time. As riveting as it would be, I'm sure, if you hear it from me again on those important matters.
Right.
But just did want to update you. We're almost done. I mean, we're done with the property. Just now, moving in from the old location.
Yeah, they have their temporary occupancy permit already, I believe, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
Is the intention to totally vacate the old lot?
Yeah,
Vehicles?
yes.
Because the new one has 8 parking spaces and 1 handicap in the front and 7 in the back, and the math doesn't look like there's space there for everything.
Well, as I know that they're looking at renting it, so presumably whoever they're gonna rent it to is one of the.
May park their business
Yes,
there, but
yes.
the intent is that all their equipment moves, right?
Correct.
That's important that we note that. Their intention is to move everything off of that property.
I believe, I mean, again, I don't know why they would be looking to rent it to another tenant. Another tenant's not gonna wanna put up with a bunch of cars in the lot. Any other questions?
Very good. Okay,
All right.
thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, certainly, if it's new or relevant. Just sign in there if you would, please. You raise your right hand, thank you. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Can you please state your name for the record?
Steve Hickey.
All right, Steve.
This won't take long at all. The last meeting, I think you guys tabled it to give him more time to get things completed. I just want to make sure I understood, to get his building completed.
That was part of it, but it was also to
And-
make sure that we understood, because
Yeah.
it's kind of a complicated case.
But to get his building completed, and like he had said, I believe in the one meeting prior to all this, move some of the vehicles, at least try, make that attempt. As of today, 20 minutes ago, there's no vehicles that's been moved. There's over 20 vehicles still parked on that lot up there, not counting 2 other trailers, and the street being blocked up, with other vehicles that they're bringing in, which I'm sure you guys rode by and saw that yourselves. It's called being lied to, so accept that. The other thing is the building's been completed for 2 weeks out there. That lot's been done for over 2 weeks. He could have moved some of them vehicles 2 weeks ago, but he's refusing to do so. That's a battle between you guys at this point. So it's very obvious that everyone, you got lied to. Accept it, guys. So he's not going to comply with any of that, so we're still stuck with the same thing. As far as other businesses, he had mentioned several times in the past, before all this started, that when he built a new building, that he wanted to rent the business to, I believe, what's the rental car place out there, Gordon? What's that called out there?
We're at.
Out on Harrison Avenue, out towards Dry Fork, out by where he's at. Enterprise. He said he had talked to them about renting it so they could run an Enterprise rental car there. So that would just probably put us right back where we started again, if that's permitted. So I just want to make sure you guys are aware of this. So, the 60-day delay did absolutely nothing, except just whatever. The other thing that I wanted to ask real quick was, what was the date of the violation that you wrote them up on, Gordon? The actual date when they were in violation?
I want to say it was May 4th or March 4th, I mean.
So, yeah, I think it was March 4th.
Yeah,
Yeah, of 2025?
yes.
Okay. The reason why I'm bringing this forward is because this could have been handled by this board 2 years ago, because if he was in violation in 2025, he would have been in violation in 2023.
It wasn't
Talked
appealed. It would never come before us.
I'm talking as far as fulfilling and doing his job.
Planning
and
Commission
issuing
counsel.
that back then, it could have came to this board 2 years ago.
I don't think it's that cut and dry, but perhaps. It's
But
hard
it
to-
is. I talked to the attorney about it, Bill Dieters. But all I'm saying is, if he would have done his job and fulfilled his duties, instead of refusing to issue this notice of violation in August of 2023, we wouldn't be sitting here in June of 2025, still dealing with this. So I just want to make that on the record, that Gordon's the one that chose not to fulfill his duties on this. The boy could have appealed this 2 years ago, and this could have been resolved. Instead, we're 2 years into it, and you guys are still getting lied to, just like the rest of us. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You do understand what I'm saying, right?
I do.
I want to make sure you're clear, you understand.
Crystal.
There you go.
right, gents, any discussion?
How many cars can be stored inside the Hilltop building currently? The new building? Yeah, how many can be put inside, do you know? Oh, I don't know how many bays. Yeah, I know there's a number of bays, but
5 bays.
Six.
there are at least 4 or 6.
There's 6 bays, there are 2 on the backside.
Oh, all right.
so in essence, we have a total of 15 parking spots on the outside?
Correct. Plus a handicap, which can only be a handicap.
16.
Again, that's really Ethan's problem, and then it'll be the township issue because
Yeah.
we don't care how many parking spots he's got up there. We care about where he's at right now. I don't want to say I don't care. But. All right, is everybody clear on what we're doing here? What the appeal is? You guys read the notes?
Yeah, I think basically, last time we were here, I think the 60 days was because, certain times of the year they do asphalt, give them a little more time to get the asphalt down, number one, kind of wrap our heads around what was going on. We did get a presentation from some legal arguments, some case law that was presented to us on the Hilltop side. We were not able to get anything on the city side, really, due to attorney-client privilege, and so we're kind of left to, take those 60 days and try to figure out and decipher where things landed. Yeah, your argument was pretty clear, and we really didn't get anything on the other side legally.
So it's down to either allowing the appeal or denying the appeal, if anybody cares to entertain a motion. Or if you need more discussion. I'm not in favor of tabling again. I'm actually opposed to that. We need to make a decision. And I am not supposed to make a motion.
No further discussion by anybody else?
I mean, for me, the difficult thing is the putting aside the fact that he's been open for years and went through the whole planning commission thing. They had conditional use, had this restriction put on. If he had opened his business, what was the first zoning change, November of 21? So if he had opened his, for the sake of argument, let's say November 21. So December 1st of 21, he opens his business. There's no restriction, right? He's okie dokie.
Is that the date on that?
The way I followed it.
21 or 23?
But the date of the first zoning change
Correct.
was November something of 2021.
Yeah.
So December of 21, he opens the business. He's okay.
Yeah.
This is back to 2004. It does. This is when he opened his business in 04. It certainly does. I struggle a lot with applying it differently based on how long he's been in business. If he was okay on December 1st of 2024 and a subsequent change turned it back into a conditional use, I just have a hard time saying it applies differently based on how long someone's been in business.
Especially with the case law that was presented to us that we were able to hear. And what, was it the Ohio Supreme Court? What they determined.
Shouldn't you guys be getting your legal advice from our city attorney and not their attorney?
You were present at the last meeting when we asked the question and what the answer was.
Before you start asking him questions, don't you think you gotta go back to our attorney?
I didn't ask any questions, I just was saying the case law he presented.
Yeah, but our attorney reviews case law.
All right, let's focus on the motion for the appeal. I tend to agree with Joe. So that's where I stand on.
I will go ahead and make the motion. We'll see if I can word this right, to accept the appeal.
Okay. Motion on the floor by Mr. Combs to
I'll
allow the
second that.
appeal, seconded by Mr. Ross. Gordon?
Russell Montgomery,
Yay.
Steve Berger,
Yay.
Sonny Ross,
Yay.
Bob Cox,
Yay.
Joe Combs.
Yay.
All right. Thank you. All right, with there being no further business before the board, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion by Mr. Ross,
I'll second it.
seconded by Mr. Berger.
Russell Montgomery,
Yay.
Steve Berger,
Yay.
Sonny Ross,
Yay.
Bob Cox,
Yay.
Joe Combs.
Yay.
All righty. Thank you, thank you.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, I was pointing over your head, sorry. I was thanking the gentleman in the back. But thank you too.